Oh no! Cupid malfunction, never mind. We love Cupid and we love our today's special too that's gonna launch right now. Maybe a gift of love for you is somebody you love or the whole family, or maybe the gift of love is getting rid of the clutter, cleaning up the pile of papers that's amassed over so many months and years. We have a big premiere on HSN, our first ever Embassy Elite. You've seen us do shredders before, but you've never seen us do anything like this. This is a gigantic, powerful shredder that can shred a lot of sheets. And we're gonna show you how it does it. First things first, if you are somebody that is looking to protect, and I really mean protect your identity and the ones that you love, you've gotta read what the FTC have been saying, what a lot of the advice has been given. Because here's a quote, for example, there are many steps consumers can take to minimize their risk of being an identity theft victim. For example, consumers should closely guard their social security number and shred charge receipts, copies of credit applications, and other sensitive documents. Well, Mr. Bill Duggan, I call him the Shredder King, is here. Before we get into these wonderful colors, for the first Friday finale, we wanted to, bring you some brand new items. We're gonna show you how to get free TV in 10 minutes from now. But Bill, this is a very different shredder to anything we've seen before.
Completely. We've seen Embassy, and we love our Embassies. 400,000 sold, all customer picks. This goes through 12 sheets, Microcut, a larger pull-out bin. It's a 6-gallon bin that pulls out. But what sets this one apart? It has an auto feeder up at the top. You know that printer with auto feed, which we love because it can scan and fax and do all that? It has an auto feeder up here, and why is that important? Because how many of us have this? We have boxes and stacks and stashes of not just one page at a time, not 6 or 9, but tons of stacks. I mean, I can go through and do a page at a time, but when I have 120 sheets that need to be shredded, you know what that normally means? Page by page by page. Or you come over to your Embassy, you can auto feed it just like this. There's even a gate that comes up right in front, and guess what? It'll start to just take in page by page and start to shred on its own. It's really a set it and forget it, so I can get other stuff done.
I want to show you something before we jump into this. When we talk about shredders on HSN, there is a stark difference between what we offer and other people offer. If you and me went to the store today, chances are we'd walk away with a shredder that does this. This is called a strip cut shredder. This is the type of shredder we bought back in 1989. The one that was slow, that got jammed, that made a mess everywhere. That's a strip cut. Now, if you and I went to the red store or the blue store with about $150 to spend, we'd probably walk away with this type of shredder. This is called a crosscut shredder. And as you can see, it definitely does a better job at pulverizing the paper, but it does not compare to what I'm about to show you. If you and I went to the store with $260 to spend, we'd walk away with a micro cut shredder, which absolutely makes a meal of it. I mean, seriously, there's nothing left. Most of us never buy a micro cut shredder because, Bill, they are way too expensive.
And that's just it. And the thing is, we all benefit from that micro cut because it is smaller and it is finer. And while Adam was talking, guess what? The shredding was still happening because of the way this is set up to auto feed. It takes in a sheet at a time, which is great, but I can just load it up. I find more papers, I can load it in the back, or more importantly, I have a slot in the front that allows me to multitask even while it's auto feeding. Because, it's going through this huge stack, but all of a sudden it's like, oh wait, do I need this document? Nope, I'm gonna shred it. And that's where the multitasking and the efficiency of this shredder is just really top notch. Because that's what happens. A lot of us, we have a shredding demand, but we have to do it page by page, envelope by envelope. But when you can set up, and the auto feeder, by the way, 120 sheets, that is the biggest in the industry. So you're walking away with the biggest capacity, takes it in, and what does it give you? It gives you that fine, small shred, because we've all been there. We're like, you know what? It's not gonna happen to me. Well, let me tell you this. 1 in 7 of us fall victims to identity theft. And you know what? Half of all identity theft happens during tax season.
Sure.
That's right now. So this is what I appreciate about it, because it's doing 2 things at once, which we all can appreciate. But why is Embassy #1? Because it's hired to do one thing, and all it is to shred, and it's doing it. So it's taking the microfeed at the top and shredding, and then I can be, run and get my coffee or brush my teeth. Oh, but all of a sudden I see something else needs to be shred. I can come right over to my shredder and do 2 things at once.
Are you serious?
And you see the capacity. And talk about the capacity, I just have to point out the bin, because we've offered other ones before. It's a 6-gallon bin. This was the bin we've normally done before, about a 3.5 gallon bin. So it fills it up, but guess what? Because it's such a fine shred, you're emptying the bin that much less, and you can't tell me what is a credit card statement, what is your identity, because you know most of us don't even realize we are victims of identity theft until it's too late. And why do we want to get a fun color? Because guess what, if we leave it out, we're gonna use it. And the more you use it, the less likely it's gonna happen to you.
This is the Elite. So price-wise, it's important to realize it's $265. I mean, we're not kidding around. This is pricey, but it's the best that you can buy. If you have a home-based business, if you find that you don't like to babysit the shredder and do one sheet at a time, the fact that you're able to flip this open and it becomes an auto-dock feeder of up to 120 sheets is brilliant. At a time. No, well, you put them in aim at the top and it feeds it through.
120 sheets.
120 sheets. So you don't need to do it like you would normally do it. You see, Amy's impressed.
I'm impressed. I've never heard of that capacity. Mine, I still have one of the old ones you got to do by hand, and heaven forbid.
Exactly, page by page.
It gets like a paper clip or something.
That's the exact sound it makes.
We don't want that. We don't want that.
Then
at
you're
all.
like, oh no. There, and mine doesn't have a reverse button. I gotta.
No
Hey,
more
isn't it tax
wrestling.
season?
It's tax season. Why did you remind me?
Are you all set? Who's ready to go?
I'm not ready.
I'm already done.
You show off. You're so
From
good.
last year.
Okay, props to you.
Guys, if you want to order, Bill's been using the blue down front. We also have a black. This is what we're calling the aqua, I believe. Okay, we can just pan across, you're gonna see these colors. So this is the blue.
This is the blue.
Then this is the black. This is gonna be aqua. This is gonna be the purple over here. And then of course we have our red at the top. Even if you don't order this today, even if you don't get this from us, and of course we'd love for you to shop with us on our finale of First Friday, just take away with you the knowledge that whenever you do buy a shredder, insist upon a micro cut. Don't let them sell you a cross cut. Do not let them sell you a strip cut, because that's 1990s technology, and they're the ones that are gonna get jammed. They're the ones that are not gonna shred the paper as much as it should do. Always ask for micro cut. We have obviously the today's special pricing, so we're excited to bring it down from $269 to $149, free shipping, 5 flex pay. Bill, when you buy a shredder like this, there is never a need to upgrade. You will have this for many, many years.
And that's why so many people do love their embassy experience, but this is the best we've ever been able to bring in. I love the fact that, yes, if I get a piece of mail, it's like, oh, you know what? I don't need this piece of mail, but guess what? It's still doing the shredding, and I can do 2 things at once. I can get rid of that credit card offer. I don't have to be delicate with it. I don't know if you noticed before, but we had some documents that had staples, and not just one staple, but
you see that, Aim?
I mean, a few staples, and let me remind you, it's still going through my stack of 120 pages, yet I still have the ability.
So it's two-sided, Bill.
Two-sided at once, and that's the thing. There are other shredders that do auto-feeding, but that's all they do. There's other shredders that just do single sheets at a time, and you know what's cool about it? We're protecting our identity, but really where we get excited, it's the clutter. It's the stuff that we've held on to, that big file box. So, like this box right in here. I got taxes from 2001. I don't need them anymore. It feels good to get rid of it. I take this whole stack. I don't have to worry about counting the pages. I can load it into my dock feeder just right up here. And guess what? Because it's almost already done with my HSN stuff, it's gonna go right into my taxes. And that's where it's getting rid of the clutter, getting rid of those boxes, and getting more room in our filing cabinet.
Makes space.
It does make space, but you're doing it smart, because what gets shredded cannot be pieced back together, because Adam pointed it out perfectly. This is shred from the 70s. If you have a strip shredder, you wanna upgrade. Look how this just keeps going and going. I mean, we could go and have coffee. I can take that stack and be watching a television show. And look at this one piece of paper. Someone got lazy, and it's 1 in 7 of us.
It was Amy.
But the thing is, it happens. Our garbage cans get knocked over. Someone goes through the trash, and now it's prescription information in the neighbor's yard or something like that. Take everything and just shred it. And what you're gonna notice, look how strip shred is overflowing.
Yeah, it is.
And that's 120 pages. And then we have 120 of Crosscut, it's about half that. With 120 sheets of Microcut, it's a fraction of it, so it fills up the bin less. And remember, our bin is even larger than we've offered before. Everyone loves their embassies. It's the first time we've been able to bring this to you. And it's really a matter of just getting it home and start going through the stacks of what you have, getting rid of it, seeing the performance, and realize it's just still going and going. Like, we could I can go have that first Friday drink with you.
And you're more than welcome, Bill. I don't think there's any left at this stage. Amy's been at it. But
more paper and more stack.
Although I have to tell you, with something like this, it's something that makes us feel better. We feel more secure. We only have 2 minutes remaining of this particular presentation. That means we're 2 minutes away from announcing our first Friday finale free TV. Say that 10 times quickly. Free TV for everybody with our next offer. You're gonna love it. With regards to shredders, we've never seen anything quite like this, as capable as this, as efficient as this, as powerful as this, right, Bill?
As easy, as productive. And that's really one of the biggest things of why people got behind this auto feeding. It was more productive. Before, we kind of had to go through page by page and make sure it went in properly and babysit it, because, you know, we all have these big stacks, and the next thing you know, it's like, okay, that one went through and I gotta sit here and babysit it, or the fact that I can take a whole stack of papers, put it in the dock feeder, and not have to worry about it, and then walk away, yet you see it's still performing like it's supposed to, and that's really where, I mean, it makes the job easier.
Yeah.
And look at this. This is packing material if you want it. This is so fine, you can't identify it, because that's really where people have been thwarted in terms of their identity. And, you know, it's our identity, but it's our credit scores, it's then our interest rates, it's then, you know, how much we're gonna be paying on a car or a house or rent, because that all gets affected. But now you're prepared.
The thing is, it's not that we don't want to buy microcut technology, it's that the truth of the matter is, when you, me, Bill or Amy go to the store, right? And we go to the red store, we go to the blue store, and we see 2 shredders